Hello, folks. Welcome back to Eastern Edge Tournament. We already saw the round one where there was massive fights, attacks, and battles and whatnot, right? But I suppose that the second round is gonna be even more interesting. We're gonna see more comeback. We're gonna see epic fights. We're gonna see new metas, new drafts, probably. Yeah, we'll have to see. Anyways, I'm back again with my co-caster Farhan tonight. Well, Farhan, who do you think is gonna take away this round? Just a little bit of prediction, even before the band phase starts.
After seeing the last round, I'm gonna be going for all blue this time because they did an amazing job in the last round. They did a tremendous comeback from the mid game, and also the overall synergy they had was pretty good. And I think for the drafting phase, Jenny, this time we won't be seeing the Fredin or the Faramis or the Estes. They might get banned. What do you think?
Yeah, because in the last match, that nether realm and the blessing of the moon goddess came in really handy. Only if they could have executed a little bit better, their draft was pretty on point. But I have to say, the heavy spin from the side of all blue is what caused the most amount of problem in all the gangs, because obviously they're not gonna let them reach Melissa, and Melissa can take a soft, like, easy spot right behind a guy, because she knows that if someone's trying to get to me, he's gonna use his heavy spin and take them far away from me. So what I think is they should either ban Akai or Pig, and I am expecting an Akai ban this time.
But we're actually seeing quite of a similar bans from the last round. We can see that Diggy Lilia is getting banned from All Blue, and from Team Cry they've banned again the Xborg and the Yuzong. So the ban phase is getting quite, similar from the last round, Jenny. So do you think we'll see common picks in this round as well?
We might see, actually. The fact is that these heroes that they're banning are like basics. They probably know that if the opponents get these heroes, it's gonna be way more easier for them if they don't get the ones they are not banning. If you know what I mean. So yeah, I guess they're gonna have to make it more interesting in the second ban phase, actually, because yeah, so far it's just like the last match. Diggy has been banned, Lilia as well as Xborg, Yuzhong out of the scene. What else are we expecting?
If we look at the last round, okay, we can already see Matilda and Ixia getting banned from both of the teams. And I was actually expecting the Melissa might get banned, but how menacing she can be in the late game. But yeah, they didn't go for any of that. And what I was saying was, if we overlook the last round,
Hmm?
there was a situation that in the early game, the fall for Team Blue was when CC got in a pretty squishy situation in the bottom lane. And okay, let the analysis uh, be done afterwards. But if we look at the ban phase at the moment, All Blue has picked their first pick, and they have gone for Novari over there, a pretty good scout hero. She can give a lot of vision with her Astral Echo, and her Astral Recall has a lot of damage in the late game, Jenny.
Yep, the Novari was actually banned in the last game. And even though in the early game she won't have a lot of damage, she's gonna provide you a lot of vision, so that comes in handy as well. But how is a Novaria trade for a Minotaur and a Fredrin? Well, see, the thing is, I have seen Team Cry playing in other tournaments as well, and they always go for this slow front to back lineup, okay? And they actually pull it off really well. Even in the last match, they were doing really good, only just a few mistakes and the game changed. But yeah, so they're going for the same thing all over again. I'm not seeing anything else, anything new. But for some reason, I want to go with Team Cry this time. I feel like this time Team Cry is going to make All Blue cry.
That is a possibility, but yeah, I'll go for All Blue this time. And I think Novaria as a support mage might be pretty helpful with the vision for the team. But besides that, if you change her builds a little bit, if you go with the Ice Queen one, you can slow down the enemies, and that can actually give a bit opportunities for the team if you have good mobility in your team as well. So yeah, that can be a good of a pick if you are intending to go for the poke damage rather than sticking in the fight. So let's see what happens with these picks of theirs. Papi Shrek already going with the Grok, and Sonic has gone with the Barats over here. Barats pretty good of a hero. Last round we saw that Hyodo was the one who actually picked Barats, but this time all blue has gone for it, and there is a possibility that Barats will be in the jungle from the side of all blue, Jenny.
Yeah, actually, Barats is really good in the jungle instead of EXP. He can get his stacks well, he can rotate, he can deal a lot of damage, he can be a tank as well. So Barats, Sonic in the in the jungler as a jungler, I mean, makes a lot of sense. Puppy, Shrek, that Grog, that wild charge might come in handy in most of the gangs. But again, when you're going for a heavy front to back, Carry is a bad champion against you, and Team Cry has managed to secure Carry, and they have also banned a Claude. Well, obviously, Claude will be able to dive back in and take down that Novaria. Well, for that also, you can say it every time. Just not even there, just say waiting for you to come in. So yeah, makes sense that they ban Claude and pick Carry. Also, they are trying to cut out the options for marksman. They have banned Melissa as well. So yeah, I'm expecting them to pick maybe a Nathan all over again. So yeah, have to see.
That is a possibility, but Nathan in the early game is pretty weak, and I think Carry will be quite menacing from the early game if Nathan is against him, because the overall stack the marks she has on the enemies and the true damage she can deal can actually be quite problematic from the early game, and even in the late game she is quite menacing. And if we see from the side of all blue, they've got two tanky heroes, Grok and Barats. They'll be melted down like butter in the late game, but let's see what marksman all blue goes for, because this actually is a pretty uh, complicated thing over there, that what marksman might go good against carry over here. I think if they focus on DPS, there are a few options, but if they focus on true damage like Team Trias, Leslie is a very uh, good option in my opinion, but she doesn't have the DPS but only the true damage. Since there is a Minotaur and a Fredrin, they have a good amount of HP on their side. So I think that can be a good option. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree to that. Well, they banned Lilia as well, so Sonic is like right there standing strong like body of Smith. But wait, Akai is still in the option, and I don't see him being picked this time because I was telling you repeatedly again and again that there might be a problem. But seems like both teams have ignored him as of now.
If we look at the side of Team Cry, they have a decent amount of true damage on their side. Both Gord and Carry can do that. And okay, we are seeing the other picks from the side of All Blue. We're seeing Harith and Glue. Glue is a pretty unusual pick in the current meta, Jenny, if I may say, because we haven't seen Glue in the recent matches of the whole tournament. Besides that, if we talk about Harith, Harith in the golden is pretty good. He can deal a good amount of damage and can actually rotate pretty easily and be a good utility for the team as well. But I am quite skeptical on the Glue pick over here, Jenny.
Definitely, that's an uncanny pick. We'll have to see how he pulls it off. He is really tanky though. Whoever is coming in the EXP against him will have to have a lot of damage to take him down because he doesn't die, and Hyodo is yet to pick an EXP. And well, what EXP are we expecting in order to counter that group?
I'd say Alice would be a good pick against Glue, but she is a pretty lead gamer. Okay, Ruby, we're seeing Ruby from the side of Team Cry. That is a pretty good pick as well, because when Glue uses his ultimate via one, you can actually have a good amount of spell vamp from that. So Ruby was a pretty good option against Glue over there. But yeah, the continuous damage coming out from Glue has gonna be quite annoying, to be honest, for Ruby. But yeah, she has a pretty good spell vamp that will help her to survive in the lane, Jenny.
Exactly. Well, Ruby, she's got a sustain. She's got a lot of life steal as well. And so does. Okay, I won't say a life steal, but Hollow is very tanky. When he uses his ultimate, he's got a lot of HP regen as well. We'll have to see. Draft look balanced in both sides, but I kind of like Team Cry as well. And well, the Barats, Gary will have to melt him down, no doubt. And seems like the Detona's welcome will be coming for the carry this time as well. But yeah, we'll have to see how that goes, and we'll have to see how they actually manages to pick it off, how they actually manages to pick carry off, because again, Team Cry is going for the slow front to back lineup, and so is All Blue. So it's kind of the same, it's kind of the balanced draft, but that guard, Minato on that guard, by the way, he's gonna deal a lot of damage as well. We have to see. I am actually very excited to see how much the Minato, the guard, makes a difference in this game.
And yeah, God can be a good utility for the team because he can give the crowd control, continuous damage, also the true damage. If we look closely, we can see that All Blue has a bit of a more magic damage on their team compared to Team Cry, but Team Cry actually has the true damage dealing capability on their side because of Grok and Carry, and All Blue has 3 magic damage dealers over there. Eventually, we're seeing that right now both of the roamers are actually poking each other around the Lethal Wanderer, and let's see if there is a competition. But no, Paras easily gets the Lethal Wanderer over there. It's getting quite of a passive situation. Joy Boy and Cyrus both are poking each other. Both of us roamers have rotated in the bottom lane. Even the mages have rotated towards the bottom lane. Eventually, we're seeing a bit of poke on Cyrus over there, but there won't be a commitment on that fight, Jenny.
Exactly. Sonic though is triggered with
Ooh.
Adonai's welcome on Minato, and he will probably be taken down first blood by All Blue on Minato already. In just 1 minute 36 seconds, they are going straight in for the turtle. We will be. I am expecting a rotation towards the top lane for the turtle, but Sonic is interested in more kills since he only killed very low on HP. He will be going down as well, and that's Joy Boy escaping with very little amount of HP. He better run. Minley missing up his shot, and Joyboy manages to escape.
In the meanwhile, the turtle has spawned in the top lane's river. Ryu is trying to get the turtle. There is no sign of competition at the moment, but Baras might come after the turtle at the moment, and we might see competition over here, but there is a low possibility for Baras to get the turtle. Who will win the retribution battle? It is Fredrin over there. Sonic is trying to build up his stack over there. Tetanus welcome coming out from Baras. We can see Fredrin is in low HP. Glue has used his ultimate as well. Ryu got pulled off by Sonic. In the meanwhile, we can see that Grok is trying to deal a good amount of damage on Minato over there, trying to survive, trying to retreat. But will he be able to retreat? That is the question. Glue continues dealing a good amount of damage. Gets the kill of Minato over there. Retreat is as well. God trying to catch Glue over there, but that was a failed attempt as well. So right now, All Blue again getting really aggressive, and right now they have secured 4 kills. Also got the turtle over there. No, they didn't get the turtle, my bad, but they got 4 kills over there, and they are leading in about 2000 gold at the moment. Jenny.
Well, that's All Blue for you, and that's Hollow for you. Went in, he took the kill, and he just came out unharmed. He survived. Bottom lane, Happy Jim just giving up the vision. He got vision on 3 of them. Minato, okay, Hollow in the top. Let's just look at him. He'll just go in. He'll take all into damages, and then he'll just back off. He won't die. Nothing happens. Again, that's glue for you. That's sustain.
Yeah, absolutely. The sustainability is uncanny over there, but the glue pick, I was quite skeptical about it, but he's doing pretty good with that one. Okay, the Fredrin is trying to rotate over there as well. We can see an Astral Echo over there. Detonus welcome coming out from Bharat over there. God trying to deal a good amount of damage. Minotaur gets picked off by Harith over there. Continuous damage coming out from Fredrin. Grog gets pulled off by God over there. The Joy Boy is in a pretty squishy situation. Tries to retreat with the Flicker. Ryu is in low HP. Gets pulled off by Novaria. Hyodo might get pulled off by Harith, and Harith gets the kill as well. The bottom lane's tier 3 might get secured by All Blue in this situation, but the turtle has spawned in the top lane's river, and we might see a competition over there as well. Right now, the gold lead is for the side of all blue, and they are in about 3,000 gold of a match of 4.5 minutes, Jenny.
Exactly. Excellent communication, excellent ganking, excellent rotation. They are going for the throw body strategy, and then they are just throwing themselves on them and getting the kills one by one. They are going for a turtle fight this time. And turtle has been pretty easily being slain by Sonic. Well, that's all blue for you. And I feel like I told you that I'm going to support Team Cry this time, but I feel like I made a mistake, maybe. Or maybe I've spoken too early.
Uh, right now, if we look at the situation, all blue are leading a really good amount of gold, and they're doing a pretty good job in, increasing their snowball. And right now we can see an invade on the purple buff over there who's got the buff. That is Baras over there with the retribution, and that was a pretty good retribution coming out from him. And overall, the things might get canny for Sonic over there. Is trying to retreat in low HP. Joyboy gets pulled out by Harris over there. Got his damage coming out from everyone. Sonic gets pulled out by Ryu. Minoan Fury coming out from Minotaur. Paulo is using his VR1 on Minotaur and trying to retreat as well. Hudo uses his I am offended. Hollow might get pulled off and gets pulled off by Fredin over there, gets the double kill by getting the kill of Grok. In the meanwhile, in the mid lane, they might get the tier 3, but Harith has engaged in the fight over there, dealing a good amount of damage. Will he pull off a kill or not? Theodore retreats with the help of Fredin, but he cannot take that much of damage and retreats as well. Jenny.
Well, seems like Team Cry is trying to make a little bit of difference after this gang. This is their time. They did the loss to Charis, they lost to Tyrants, and Mintley clearing the way in the mid lane. Team Blue, all blue, is probably gonna pressurize the mid lane tier 1 turret. But let's see. That's Poppy giving vision on Ryu. All the way in the bottom lane, Hollow just being tanky against that Ruby. Just gonna poke, he's not even gonna die. Also, as of now, seems like the confidence in All Blue has been a little bit shaken because in the early game, the earliest of the game, they were pretty confident the way they're going in, the aggressive gameplay and everything. But Team Cry replies them back. They're like, not that easy. We're not that easy. Hollow in the bottom lane, getting ganked by Hyodo, Joyboy, and Sincerely Ken, and yet nothing happened. Like nothing bothers him. He's got back up. Poppy comes in as well as Mintley, but that's 2 versus 5. They are all going towards the mid lane as of now, but in the top lane, Crisis pushing freely.
In the meanwhile, that is welcome coming out from Bharat over there. Ryu might try to retreat from that situation. Hyodo is trying to give a good amount of damage. Astral Recall coming out from Novaria. A Priest's Wrath from Fredrin. And he is in low HP. Sonic gets a kill of him. Grok forced to use his Flicker to retreat. Minotaur is in a good situation as well. Might get pulled off by Bharat over there, but the heal he is getting is decent, but not enough, and gets pulled off by Bharat. In the meanwhile, the top lane's inhibitor turret was secured by Harith over there, and the split push was effective. In the meanwhile, they are trying to defend the mid lane tier 3, and they are quite successful as well. Ruby is quite bulky, and he is trying to stay in front. But yeah, overall situations are not looking good for Team Cry in this round. Jenny, will they be able to do a comeback from this situation? What do you think?
That's going to be pretty hard because I saw how All Blue carries with the Harriet last year. It was pretty good. Meanwhile, they have already taken the tier down in the mid lane and they're going up for kills. That's, he might get in trouble, but that's Hollow being Hollow. He's not going to go down. Detonus welcome, not yet placed. Sonic will be in danger. Carry takes him down. There's a lot of true damage coming in, but that Crisis, no one's being able to CC him and take him down. And we know how Crisis plays because yesterday I have witnessed the gameplay of that Harriet, of that Crisis. So they're going to have to be aware of him because he's got a lot of gold and he has taken the entire top lane down. Well, Hollow going towards the top lane. They don't have Sonic, so probably waiting for Sonic to take down the Lord.
Yeah, most probably they'll do that, and we can actually see that Novaria has a good amount of damage on her astral recall at the moment, and she's continuously poking as much as she can. In the meanwhile, Grok is trying to give off a bit of vision on Team Cry, and he's trying to zone out everyone as possible. And Cyrus has taken care of the tier 2 in the bottom lane turret. And if we look at the Lord, Bharat is trying to get the Lord in the meanwhile, and Team Cry will not be competing over there most probably, since they are falling behind in gold a lot, and that is about 6,000 gold, Jenny. In the meanwhile, wild chat coming out from Grok over there. Hyodo is trying to retreat with that much of low HP, and the Lord gets reset as well. Ryu has engaged over there, but he might be in a squishy situation, a very bad position for him, because it is going to be a 1v3 over there, but he managed to survive. Minotaur is in a pretty bad situation, gets pulled off by Cyrus. The Lord gets secured by Ryu over there from Team Cry. In the meanwhile, a Brazen Strat from Ryu, but gets pulled off by Bharat over there. Astral Echo coming out from Novaria, giving off the visions of the Team Cry. But in the meanwhile, they're trying to retreat. They got the Lord. They are trying to stay in a good position right now, Jenny.
Exactly. That's all blue. Being all blue, they like to pressurize their opponent just this way. But yeah, that's a good thing that the Lord has been secured by Team Cry, or else this could have been really bad. Sonic, he got the CC and he did not manage to escape, but Crisis almost picked off. And there you go, Minato. Minato, very well played with that moment damage coming in, and Crisis goes down. Well, they have to take the Lord down, and for that, there is Puppy, there is Mintley. Crisis coming back in just 15 to 16 seconds. Well, they don't even have a marksman. They gotta do something about it because they are all marching towards the mid lane. That's Minato is there. They need Joy Boy for that push, and they are looking for the top lane as of now.
Yeah, Justified and the Lord actually changed the whole situation for Team Cry. They are in quite equal ground when it comes to goal in the situation, and they are trying to minimize the turret differences as well. In the meanwhile, Glue is trying to defend the Lord, whereas in the top lane, Team Cry has secured the tier 2, but mid lane's turrets are not secured yet. But I think Team Cry will try to get the tier 3 at least in this situation, because we're seeing a 1v3 situation in the mid lane. But yeah, that might not be possible in the current situation because the minions were cleared out by Novaria, and I think the next fight might initiate on the Lord. But before that, I am not sure if they will actually initiate any fight, Jenny. There might be ambushes, but there might not be a full-on fight. What do you think?
Well, you have to give me the question because I'm a little bit confused about what you're probably meaning to ask.
What I mean to ask is that they might not commit to fights in the current situation. They might go after ambushes, but they might not be ready for team fights that are of a 5v5.
Okay, and by they, you are referring to?
Both of the teams.
Well, that could be a solution for Team Cry actually, because as we can see that All Blue already has the map control. They have vision on almost everyone. It's just Minato probably who have not exposed himself yet. So, but no, Papi has given vision on Minato as well. Ruby, not yet. Carry, that's Joy Boy going to just defend, take out the waves. That's the Lord coming in just 3 seconds. I am expecting a Lord battle actually pretty soon.
That might be possible since both of the teams are quite in equal ground in the gold at the moment. And the problem is for Team Cry is that they have lost an inhibitor turret, and Harith is continuously trying to push the lane. That's why Carry is forced to stay on the lane. And in the team fights, that actually gives All Blue a bit of advantage. In the meanwhile, we can see a fight has initiated. Ryu is dealing a good amount of damage, but we might see, okay, Harith is trying to focus on the base. Carry is trying to defend the base, but in the meanwhile, Harith gets a kill off Carry, tries to go after the base, and this might be the end for the match, and he is recalling, spamming the recall, and that is the end of this round. All Blue wants this round amazingly. All of the teammates were focused on the Lord, but in the meanwhile, Harith pushed the lane and just went for the base, and that was a pretty good move, Jenny. As I was saying, the inhibitor turret, losing that inhibitor turret was a bit of a problem for Team Cry over there.
I told you, Crisis on Harriet is something else. I have seen him play yesterday in the quarterfinals, and he really pulled it off like wonderfully. Okay, and even obviously, even in there, he was playing as a goal laner, and he took out Gary pretty easily. Gary was again the opponent in his lane in that match as well. So yeah, it seems like I sided with Team Cry this time, and didn't really work out for me. So I guess in the next match I will go with all blue again.
So All Blue has actually won 2 of the rounds in the meanwhile, and since it's a best of 5, if they win the next round, that will be the end of the tournament, and they will be declared the champion. But I don't think Team Cry will let this off that easily, and they might try even harder in this particular round. And if we look at the overall data, Harith has done 98% turret damage. He was completely focused on the turret, completely going in for the push, and that actually was the main reason that they won this particular round, at least in my opinion, Jenny.
Yes, definitely. The moment he picked Harriet, I was like, Gary's gonna have a hard time, right? But yeah, I did not expect him to go that deep and take out Carrie and just recall and take down the turret. Well, looking at the difference, goal difference, it's obvious. It's on the screen. Harriet on 11,000, Carrie on just 8,000. Well, they did try to do some comebacks, but that wasn't enough. Well, I was expecting a lot more from Minato from the back lane, but then they have this Harriet who kind of cracked the backline heavy good thing. But we'll have to see one more match. This might be a clean sweep or maybe not. What is your opinion, Farhan? Do you think this might be a clean sweep?
I think Team Cry will try their best to not make it a clean sweep. They might have tried to change their strategies and change in draft to actually, try to hold on to this tournament. But if that happens, then you know what will happen. But for the time being, this is the second round of the best of 5 series of MLBB Eastern Edge. We'll be back with the third round pretty soon. But for the time being, we're going for a short break, guys. Me and Jenny will be back pretty soon.